Seventh book that I listened to was Talk Therapy Alone is Not Enough by Dr. Dorothy Adamson Holly. Now, this book felt really intriguing because I have taken very intensive talk therapy with my psychiatrist, so I do know some things about talk therapy, a lot of things about talk therapy, given my interest in psychology and very specifically talk therapy. But anywho, I really wanted to read this book, listen to this book, and when I did, I found the first three chapters to be immensely educating, immensely interesting, and crazily amazing. But after that, the book kind of went sideways because the author actually started talking about some drum stuff, which kind of went above my head. So I kind of skimmed, listened to it. The first three chapters were really amazing, but the rest of the book was not, unfortunately. My rating for this book is still 3 stars because the first three chapters kind of made up for the rest of the drum related jargon that the author was going on about. I'm pretty sure some people will find it useful. I did get the concept about the drums that she was talking about, the music therapy, but it was just way overdone. The next book that I listened to was Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. This book, guys, was simply amazing. At first, I thought I was just reading some very random chapters by very random perspectives, but as the book progressed, it all obviously made sense. And then in the end, especially in the last chapter, everything came together so beautifully. This book totally blew my mind. If you want to read some really amazing writing and an amazing plot and an amazing science fiction philosophical read, then you have to read this book, The Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. James. I have no idea, her name is just so long. My rating for The Sea of Tranquility is 5 out of 5 stars, obviously, and this book was so amazing that I was actually planning to listen to it again. Had it not been to my other commitments for work, I would have definitely read it twice. This book is so good. I'm actually planning to read it again for January for RMFAO's science fiction challenge, because why not? So this book is amazing if you love science fiction, time travel, and anything else. This book is simply amazing. The next book that I listened to is The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. Jennifer McMahon's books are generally amazing, and this book was simply one of her best. If you love Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, then this book would be a perfect read for you because she draws heavily from Frankenstein and the Frankenstein monster especially, and this book is simply amazing. I simply cannot tell you anything more. You have to read the blurb and then you have to decide if you want to read this book or not, but trust me, you do want to read this book because this book was so unexpectedly amazing, and Jennifer McMahon's writing has improved so much over the years. In this book, she has completely outdone herself as compared to her last book, at least, and this book was really good. I am so glad I read this book when I read it. When I listened to it, it's an audiobook. I keep on forgetting audiobooks, okay? So I'm really glad that I listened to this audiobook when I did because it is amazing, guys. Moving on, the next book that I listened to is Write for Your Life by Anna Quinlan. This book is actually a book about books. So in this, the author talks a lot about the diary of a young girl by Anne Frank. So if you haven't read that book, do not read this book because it would heavily spoil the other book for you. But the author also speaks about a lot of other books. I did find the later chapters in the book way more useful as a writer than the initial chapters. So overall my rating for this book is 3 out of 5 stars, and I did actually like it, especially because the author goes in detail about why writing is so important, why physically sitting down and writing something is so important in today's world. So it was a good read. The next audiobook that I listened to is The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I have no idea when this book came out and when it got released and how long has it been floating out there. I think since 2019, but I'm so blown by the fact that I did not listen to it earlier or did not hear about it earlier, because this book was so right up my alley. The Wives by Taryn Fisher is so good, guys. I had to stop myself from giving this book 5 out of 5 stars because I wanted to read other books by the author and see if this book was the only one that was so good, or is the author consistently writing such amazing books. This book was so amazing. I really do not want to spoil it for you in any way, because anything I say would definitely end up spoiling this book. This book is so full of intrigue, so full of drama, so full of thrills and chills and crazy twists, and oh my god, this book is just so amazing, guys. You have to listen to it, especially the narration was so good, and the last line in the book, which is my favorite kind of ending, totally changed the entire narrative. So just read this book. The 12th book that I listened to is You Are Not Alone by the PART duo Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan. And this book was so amazing, guys. If you have less than 1 or 2 friends that are very close to you, then you have to read this book. This book plays on the fact that how alone we are and how much we are looking for good friendship out there in the world, and the fact that how easy one can be manipulated into doing things that you are not even aware of. So this book psychologically is a masterpiece, and it is a great character study for writers, because manipulation is a tool that is used amazingly in this book, and the author duo has again proved that they are indeed amazing psychological thriller writers. So my rating for this book is 4 out of 5 stars, though I wanted to give it 5 out of 5 stars, but I've still held my rating because I know they can do way better than this. So do read this book, guys. It is an amazing monsoon read. The last book that I read is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this book for so long. And this book proved to be every bit as amazing as I had hoped, maybe more, because this book was such a fast read. I did not even get the time to catch my breath in between. The narration was so amazing, and this book is everything you might need for this rainy season. Oh my god, this book is amazing, and my rating for this book is 4.5 out of 5 stars. So there you go. These are the last 13 books that I read. I am going to be starting with another of Taryn Fisher's books, and I will keep you all posted about my next reads in my next video. So do give a thumbs up if you like this video, do give me a heart if you're watching it on Instagram, and do share it with any of your bookish friends, because I'm sure they'll like it and they will be happy to add these books to their TBR piles. I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, ciao.